global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Some hours ago, something very interesting happened. Ibas was once again invited over to come and talk about how he's running the show in Rivers State in the House of Assembly. Don't forget that the House of Assembly Speaker Tajuddin Abbas had already appointed 21-man committee, and their oversight function was to be involved in the day-to-day running of Rivers State, and so that the Ibas can be properly guided. But something shockingly happened yesterday when Ibas was given an opportunity to appear before this 21-man committee. And according to the news, lawmakers in the House of Representatives were left frustrated some hours ago when Vice Admiral Ibas Ette, the sole administrator of Rivers State, missed yet another scheduled meeting. The House Committee on Rivers State Oversight has invited Ibas to discuss important matters regarding the state governance, but once again, he failed to attend. Ibas had originally been scheduled to meet with the committee on April 17, 2025. However, he sent a request to postpone, which the committee agreed to. The meeting was rescheduled for yesterday, which was the 24th of April 2025, a few hours ago, in hopes that Ibas would finally show up. But when the committee gathered at 3 p.m. in committee room 301, they found the seat for Ibas empty. The room filled with growing frustration as the minute passes with no sign of Vice Admiral. Committee members, clearly disappointed, turned to their chair, Honorable Julius Ahubere, for direction. His response was short but to the point. No words. I will issue a statement later in the day. One by one, members of the committee stood up and left the room in protest, sending a clear message that Ibas' repeated absence would no longer be tolerated. This is getting interesting. My colleague is in the house, and we just want to talk about it. What a ridicule, I must say. So the administrator not submitting himself to the lawmakers as prescribed by, the constitution and the agreement that they had. This is to prove that when you submit yourself or your authority to the executive, more of this kind of thing is sure to happen. What's your position on all of this? This treatment meted out to them, do you think is quite deserving, or it's a way of looking down on their person?
Let's start with whenever you hear things like rumor has it, or from a reliable source, even though both parties have not said it. Anytime you hear such news in Nigeria, please, it's not just rumor. It's an insider source. Give it time to play out. This particular information had come out a little earlier, where the ad hoc committee member, 21 member, had wanted to speak to Ibas. There was this rumor from insider then that said that the executive wants a situation where they would sideline the legislative arm. In fact, the Senate sensed it. That's the Red Chamber sensed it, which is the one governed by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. So he did what we call pretended and paid deaf ear to it as if he was not interested. So the Green Chamber said no. We had an agreement, it was gazetted, and this was how we had adjusted the sole administrator's work. He can't work in isolation. He has to be guided. Though the president then mentioned that he would be answerable only to him.
Yes, but
so they had to adjust it.
Yeah, but they said they had tweaked the whole thing
tweaked it
to bring in themselves.
They bring in themselves, and he shouldn't even. There's no need for him to be attending NEC meetings. It has to be through them. That is what the Constitution originally says. If such should happen, and for that reason, there was a lot of backlash, but they stood their ground. Now it looks as if the original plan is exactly what is going on. And Senate President is doing as if there's no understand. But the Green Chambers are like, what's going on? This is not what we agreed. And Ibas already started attending NEC meeting.
My God.
I said, Governor, why? After all, it's not the student. Just a few hours ago, he made a statement that, look, that you no longer contain all this nonsense that supporters are doing. They should run in on their supporters. So they are really testing.
He has a sweeping power, according to
his power is very sweeping. He's more powerful than even an elected governor. a sole administrator that have no legislature to no judiciary,
regulate him.
To regulate, no legislator, no judiciary. He's truly a sole administrator. Even the likes of similar Fubara had the likes of the legislative arm to check him.
Yes.
He had the judiciary to check him. Exactly. Nobody's checking Ibas. Ibas is even more powerful. Far more powerful. The power they gave to Ibas now is far more powerful than the one that by election Fubara had.
So which mean what you're trying to say here is that Ibas has a personal constitution provided for by the man who brought him there, because he's only reporting to that man.
And let me shock you, or is it shocking? It's not really shocking. Nigerians saw it. But when we started raising that eyebrow, people were like, that's what this channel stuff. Before even the Senate gazetted it and even passed vote of confidence, the president had already sworn in Ibas.
Of course.
He swore. Anyhow, you people in the legislature will just do it. All I know is that I've sworn him. So these guys are just, look, when you, whatever reason, whatever it is you guys have in private, run it. No problem. But please, whatever you do, make sure they don't. Even if you want to work in consonance, but please make sure it is checked.
Yes.
Where you don't come to my role and begin to superimpose yourself on me.
In other words, you must be regulated by the Constitution.
Do you understand? Now, even when you say we want to work with Mr. President, don't make it look as if you are under him.
Yes.
Because that's exactly, with due respect to them, that's exactly what the legislative arm is doing. Whatever they pass an information to them, their own is, I don't know how you do, just tell your people, this is what I want to do. And they now begin to find a way of tweaking, knowing fully well that in the chamber, there will be opposition that will say, no, we can't have it. But the next year, the ayes have it. Bye.
Voice
vote. And so they have to just find a way of getting things done. And if this continues, unfortunately, Ibas is, I'm trying to be very practical here. I'm not trying to be politically right. Even if it is me, I will not live there in 6 months.
Of course.
Why would I want to go and contest in Cross River State? What is the difference between, in fact, the Cross River State doesn't even have money. Does River State, Cross River have money? On a monthly basis. Do you understand? Even if I go as Cross River State governor, will I see this kind of money?
Out of the 36 states, you see them at the position in terms of revenue at 33 positions, sometimes 30 positions. So while we're talking about River State, always second, third.
Do you understand? So
what are you saying?
If there's no problem, I will create one. This seat, I will sit for a long while. Do you understand? I will even talk to Wiki. How come we can't? How do you want? I will limit it. Now, unfortunately, the Riverians will not like this statement, but I will say the way it is. Other states have sovereignty. Other states are states. River State is a national state. River State's resources is a national resources. River State's allocation is our oh my goodness, it's Nigerians' allocation. As we speak now, the president have the allocation of rivers. Anyhow he wants to run it.
Of course.
It's painful, but it's the truth.
Yes.
Rivers cannot be shouted when they're shouting, hey, leave it. And if the president likes what he sees, Fubara is only joking. Don't allow lion to test the human blood.
Yes,
it's intoxicating.
Yes.
The mistake Fubara made is to allow the president or anybody.
Is it just Fubara? I think Wiki and Fubara, because both of them were in contest.
To some extent, Wiki's political career is a different matter entirely. When he's done, he will have no hope. When he's done, right now, it looks as if they're still praising him. Hey, Wiki, they fear you. He will look back, he will have no base. What is your chipping point? Now, Fubara is a man. I have the states. The person who's running the state is my boy. He's putting people that want him to put.
Yes.
Concentrate on Abuja and deliver me. Whatever it is, or else I'll kick you out. In fact, kick you. PDP, you don't. Where's the party you want to go to? He has played out himself. That's a story for another day anyway.
All right. Well, let's leave it there. Let's meet our conversation and talk more on this. What's your standpoint now that the lawmakers, unfortunately, have been ridiculed, their responsibility have been ridiculed, and they are now frustrated? Do you think that this may culminate into possible